Did you know that your business isn't a business until it has a bank account, or that having separate bank accounts is the key to being prepared when it's time to file taxes for your business? If not, you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm gonna break down the different accounts you need to establish for your business to make sure it's financially organized and to make sure it's set up for success. Let's get it. So the first bank account that you want to establish for your business is your operations account. This is your main bank account that you'll probably end up using the most. You want to use your operations account for things like day-to-day transactions, paying bills, as well as accepting forms of payment. I remember I only thought I needed one bank account for my business. Man, was I completely wrong, because when I started doing more transactions and my business started growing, I realized that it was pretty much impossible for me to figure out where all these transactions were coming from and for me to balance my books. This wound up costing me so much time, especially when taxes came around and I sat down and really tried to figure this out on the computer. I wish I would have started separating my bank accounts even better from the very beginning. Now that I separated my bank accounts, it helps me stay a lot more organized in my business. And something else that I realized is you really need different bank accounts and to be working with different types of institutions if you want to be building your business credit, because you need to expand your relationships and have more than just one bank that you can build your business credit with. Also, when it comes to your operations account, I would suggest that you make it with a bank that's local to you, as well as one that you trust, because you're going to be doing a lot of transactions here, and you're going to want a bank that's accessible that you can get to really quickly if anything comes up. Now, the second important bank account you need to establish as a business owner is your tax account. But having this tax account is where you're going to put money specifically designated for your taxes in the future. This is going to get you all the way ahead of the game when it's time to sit down with your accountant. It's an easy way to be prepared for your tax bill, and overall is going to make doing taxes a lot easier. Personally, I try to put like 30% of my revenue in this account. Remember, one of the biggest reasons we're creating all these separate accounts is so that you can create a paper trail with your business, meaning that you can trace down each transaction and know exactly where it comes from.
Taxman's coming. I don't know when, but I got to be ready.
This was definitely a hard habit for me to break as well, but after watching this video, now I'm gonna challenge you to make sure that you're keeping your personal and your business transactions separate as you create these different accounts for your business. I just got an alert that my car was booked for a quick Turo trip, so we're gonna go ahead and get this ready to get rented while I give y'all the sauce about how to set your bank accounts up. So now I know you're probably thinking, how are you going to set up all these accounts and where are you going to go to get them started, right? But don't even trip, because in today's day and age, you don't even have to go to a physical location bank or be tied down to a specific branch. And this is exactly where the sponsor of today's video, North One, comes in to help. So the difference with North One is that it's an online business banking and financial management platform designed specifically for small businesses. I just set my own account up in literally less than 3 minutes, and it easily integrates with all my favorite platforms like Stripe and QuickBooks. Not only does it save you all the hassle of having to go into a physical location bank, but you still get a physical and virtual card for you to make all your purchases on. Another thing that I really like about North One is the fact that it allows me to keep track of all my business financials in one place using this automatic budgeting tool called Envelopes. Envelopes allows me to create custom rules in the North One app, and it'll automatically set aside the funds that I need, which allows me to have a clearer picture where all my cash flow is actually going. And as a North One customer, you only pay $10 per month as a flat fee, and there are no extra hidden fees, which include free ACH transfers, no overdraft fees, and the ability to deposit money at over 80,000 ATMs. And since they're sponsoring the video, you know I had to get North One to go ahead and hook it up. So when you sign up for North One using the link in the description below, they're going to give you a $10 credit for your first month as soon as you open and fund the account. So don't half step on this one. Go ahead and get that bag, y'all. And it's just in time. The Honda is done getting washed. All I have to do is take my pre-trip photos and watch that Turo bag roll in. Now that I'm back from making my own bank run and getting my car ready for its next Turo trip, let's get into the third bank account that you definitely want to start as a new entrepreneur. And that's going to be your marketing account. In today's economy, it's pretty much impossible to run a business without good marketing. You're going to need to learn how to create and distribute content for your business if you want to gain more customers. So having an account where you specifically put money away to pay for your marketing efforts as well as your marketing department is going to be really key as your business starts to grow. For my business, this is where I keep the money where I pay for my social media management, my content editing. Before I made a separate account that was specifically for my marketing budget, I saw that I was paying all my editors as well as the contractors that I was working working with straight out of apps like Cash App and Zelle. You definitely don't want to run your business like this. You want to have this specific account for your marketing so you know exactly how much you're paying and where your budget is every month for your marketing department. On top of that, this is just another opportunity for you to be doing business with a bank and starting to build that relationship so that in the long run, you can go ahead and get business funding from that bank as well. Another good idea here is that you could go ahead and pay all your marketing expenses with a business credit card so you can keep racking up all those points that come with your spending. But at the end of your month, you could go ahead and pay off that credit card from money specifically from this marketing account, rack up those easy points, and you know exactly what your budget is every month as far as your marketing department. Besides your day-to-day operations, your marketing is probably going to be the biggest budget in your business. So having this account specifically designated for all of these expenses is going to be a must if you want to go ahead and keep building the credibility that you're going to need to stick out as a successful business in your industry. Now, the fourth type of account that you're going to establish for your business is going to be your savings account. Your savings account is going to be where you put aside a percentage of money specifically for unforeseen future expenses for your business. Expenses like this can include buying new equipment or inventory, or if an emergency situation comes up and you need cash and you don't have all the day-to-day revenue to be able to cover it. When you're in business, there's always going to be some type of big expense that comes up, and if you don't have enough cash reserves to cover it, it could really cripple or it could wind up ending your business. I remember when I bought my first property in my real estate business, I was super excited to get into real estate, but I was still a little naive because I didn't know exactly what came with it yet. Literally in the first couple of months of me owning this property, the roof started to leak on the second floor, which I needed to get fixed for my tenant. Getting the roof fixed wound up costing me over $6,000. And this was an expense that I definitely wasn't prepared for as far as my savings account. So I wound up having to swipe on it and put this whole debt on my credit card. So of course, not only did this set me back, but it had a negative effect on my credit score until I started to pay it off. Looking back, I see that this situation could have been a lot easier for me to handle if I was already putting away a certain percentage of money into a savings account that was specifically designated for emergency expenses. Now I try to put at least 10% into this savings account every month out of my business profits, just so I can be a little bit more prepared in the future in case anything happens. So you have 4 out of the 5 most important bank accounts that you must have as a new entrepreneur if you want your business to be successful. But before we get into the 5th one, if you got any value from this video or my channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel so we can push it out to more bag chasers just like yourself and run this bag up together. And now that we're locked in, the 5th bank account that you must have as a new entrepreneur is going to be your opportunity account. As your business grows, there are going to be scenarios that come up where you get the opportunity to invest in advancing and innovating your business to the next level. Your opportunity account is where you're going to put the funds aside to be able to take a chance to invest and grow your overall operations. Like if an opportunity comes up where I may be able to invest in a new property for my real estate business, this is where I want to specifically put the funds to be able to pool that cash and make that investment, as I said, to grow my business. Another scenario could be like if I want to go ahead and buy a new camera or a new piece of tech equipment to improve the quality of my content. In both situations, the point is to have a specific amount of money that I can dedicate to invest back in my business when I want to go ahead and spend money to make it grow. Using this account is all about upgrading your business and having the money to take it to the next level to be able to make even more money. Personally, I try to set aside 5 to 10% of my overall business profits to go directly into my opportunity account. Since properly setting up all of these accounts, I've been able to track every dollar coming in and out of my business, as well as staying on top of my financial books. There's no more mixing up my personal and business funds, and definitely a lot less headaches when it comes to tax time. But honestly, having the right bank account set up is just the first step on the way to having a successful business. Now you're going to need the upfront money to be able to invest to grow your business. So watch this next video to learn how you can build your business credit fast to change your life.